Hey there, Max here, and today we're going to be watching an episode from Fleekazoid. Now, this is going to be Mixtape is a Cancer, and that is a very accurate statement, I think. As soon as I heard about Mixtape and the 10 out of 10 reviews that it was getting, I was immediately skeptical about what was going on with it. It is extremely rare for something to be making 10 out of 10s across the board, just like that. And this weird kind of movie-ish game that just suddenly got it out of pretty much out of nowhere. And the only time I even heard about it was like a few days before the reviews were coming in. Someone basically showing off, hey, you can flip things off and they'll explode. And that was pretty much the only thing I really saw about it at the time. Once I started seeing the 10 out of 10s, then my skepticism went really high, and then I saw all the crazy things afterwards. The fact that it was a billionaire's daughter who was pretty much in control of the whole thing, so pretty much not indie whatsoever. They were able to buy pretty much the rights to all the music that they were using, their imperpetuity, or perpetuity, yes, that is the word. And so that is definitely not cheap. So this thing is anything but indie. It's many things, but indie is not something I would describe it by. And 10 out of 10, I definitely wouldn't say that. Best, you could have convinced me maybe a 7 or an 8, and I think it would have been just perfectly fine. Then again, who knows? Maybe the only reason why anybody played it is because it got 10 out of 10s. Anyways, though, we're going to go ahead and watch what Fleekazoid actually has to say. You've heard enough about what I've had to say. Let's go ahead and get this started. If you enjoy, please leave a like. If you don't, leave a dislike. If there's anything you want me to react towards, please do put it in the comments. And please do subscribe to help build up my community and follow along with any of my Let's Plays and reactions. Let's go ahead and get this in and get his opinion on things. Fleekazoid, take it away.
Pimps, can I be honest with you?
Please do.
Game movie fatigue. Year after year, we've got these game movie writers churning out some game movie slop, and I'm sick of it. First they came...
You know, I've not seen any other game movies, but I feel like I've seen a billion of them, but I can't remember a single one.
For the AAA slop, and I said everything. Like, really, you could not shut me up if you tried. Then they came for our childhood, and I started a war. I'm about to tear Mixtape apart in a few minutes. I don't care what they say. Let those game movie actors watch. I like that. Now we've reached the last bastion of gaming. Indie. This was always supposed to be your safe harbor from AAA garbage. For years, people have said, well, if you don't like AAA games, just go play indie. Well, what are you gonna do when they just brute force their way in here, too? Well, now you don't have to wonder anymore. This game movie bullshit. Now they want you to applaud their billion-dollar indie game like they did something special. But hey, maybe I'm just
Yeah, if the number tally that you have for your amount of dollars spent on it starts with a B, I don't think you can be indie.
being jaded. Let's take a look at a special moment
No,
in the game.
no, not that scene, not that scene! Oh, thank God he censored it. Thank God they censored it. Okay, so this scene that we're not seeing, if you have not heard already, is an infamous makeout scene. It's literally two tongues, just literally doing blah 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 blah, and just the ickiest, nastiest. It was disgusting. I don't even understand. 10 out of 10 game, everybody. You basically were watching teenagers make out from the inside. Like, yeah. Jesus. Were you trying to gross people out? Because that's how you gross people out.
That's it. No more shots for you. I gotta take as many shots as I give.
Oh, at least save a little bit for me.
My liver can't take it anymore. Which reminds me, have you ever seen a MILF shake?
A what?
Well, you can at the link below. This was the only safe for work product. Be sure to use code PIMP to get 10% off. Seriously, I don't know how many more.
What was that? Wait, did I see the writing on that? Did that say Vexoria as in the VTuber? Okay, I wonder how he's pulling that off.
More of these game movies I can take. At this point, it's not like anyone even takes IGN seriously anymore. But they've got enough
Ooh, I remember when Velfisk was doing that game.
money to annoy me on a daily basis. Some random freelance writer slaps a 10 out of 10 on this. Now I gotta talk about it. So let's talk about it.
10 out of freaking 10. Those should be so goddamn rare and it should not just be handed out lightly, no matter who you are.
Mixtape is a game that's supposed to be indie, you know, despite the fact that they've spent more on licensed music than most games ever make. Because, you know, with such generous licensing fees in the industry right now, every scrappy solo dev should be able to pay 400 grand per song, right? And how can we forget about that indie charm of sending out expensive merch to all the reviewers and content creators? What, you think putting a gold bar in a goodie bag is a bribe? Well, it is. But they didn't do that. And legally, I need to make this very clear. So
to be fair, if I received an actual gold bar for a bribe to do a good review, I would totally do it, because I am cheap.
I don't get sued by this chick's billionaire father. I can't afford a lawyer.
But anything less than that, you're gonna get the full-on destruction on me if you are a horrible game.
I'm a butler on a budget. You think they can't be an indie dev because their father is a billionaire? Listen, just because they've got a team.
Listen, if you could possibly convince me you're an indie dev, if you are the offspring of a billionaire, but you better make sure you are not touching any of your father's money. That's all I can say about that.
Team of 30 people and millions of dollars backing them, that doesn't mean they can't be a scrappy indie too. Curb your prejudice. You people can't stand the sight of a young billionaire making their way out of the streets of their gated community. A billionaire that has more than nothing to work with, all the support money can buy. You don't know how hard it is to have this little to struggle with. We started from the top, now we're here. But I'm getting off track. Mixtape is not a game. Some people say it has gameplay, then show you this. I hate my dad. I asked for a Ferrari and got a Cayenne. This is supposed to be 90s nostalgia, but this story was so
Sorry about that. Had a maintenance guy. Let's go ahead and get this back in.
so asinine that it's got me thinking maybe the past fucking sucked. Maybe we are living in the best times. That's how
I mean, you're not entirely wrong. Parts of it definitely sucked, but parts of it were so good too. And this game emulates absolutely none of those true feelings.
how delusional this game makes me, and I'm tired of calling it a game. They keep cranking out these game movies that no one wants to watch, let alone play. These are failed Hollywood actors that devolve into game movie actors to pretend they matter. All these game movie actors just won't come out and admit it. You don't want to be a game movie actor. You're game for pay. So stop slapping around joysticks and go back to ruining Marvel movies. My culture is not your costume.
You know, when I think of these particular people trying to work on games like this, I feel like they're people who want to make movies, not game movies. And for some reason, they just couldn't cut it out making actual movies and figured that making gaming movies is probably the best second place thing they could possibly make happen.
Pride Month is early, sucker! Welcome to Game Pride Month. Twinkle, twinkle, star. And listen, I'm not saying these people are only in it for the fame. I'm sure they're in it for the money, too. They're planning
They certainly want to.
The theatrical release of the whole 3-hour experience. You know what doesn't have that? A video game.
Honestly, I think more people have made more money dunking on this game than the game itself has probably made.
Only theatrical
And if not, then just give it a month or two. I'm pretty sure people will make some money off of this.
release happening this year is Street Fighter, and that's because Tammy has lore accurate cheeks. Mixtape blew guys. Wait,
What?
sorry. Mixtape blew it, guys. So instead, they want every indie game award and an Oscar. Your greed.
I swear to God, if any of these award shows puts Mixtape as one of its game of the years, they're going to lose so much more credibility. But then again, you can't exactly divide by zero, can you?
It sickens me. Listen, stories are great, but you seem to be forgetting that this is a video game. And the nice part about a video game is that after the cutscene, you get to play the game. If I cannot play the game, it's not a game anymore, is it? I mean, you know, I'm the type of freak
I mean, everyone says that Hideo Kojima's games are basically movies. What's the game bits in between?
that likes to game and watch. Call me Mr. Game and Watch. Game and Watch? Yeah, I hope they do.
Well, that's an old pool.
I had nowhere else to put this joke, so it goes here. Frick you guys. Anyway, were you really shocked by the 10 from IGN? Were you really shocked by that rhyme I rhymed? This is a movie for failures from the 90s. It's still...
I mean, I like to at least hold out a little hope that IGN had some reliability, but I guess that's my fault.
blame their parents for being born. The last indie game they played was Cuphead, and they couldn't even beat the tutorial. They're still butthurt from that, so anything with gameplay is gonna get a...
You know, I would... honestly, God, I would love to see the person who struggled with that tutorial come back one day and do a speed run of the game just to try and have some sort of forgiveness of what happened. I challenge you to do it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you don't give a dang. But come on, man. Just do it. Learn it, play it, practice it, and then show the world you can actually play the thing. That's the only way you're going to get any kind of self-respect in the journalism world ever again.
Lower score.
And even then, that's going to be tiny bits.
Remember when they gave Crimson Desert a 6 out of 10 because they had to think? Look, we all know.
Yeah, I didn't get the 6 out of 10 for Crimson Desert. That was a really cool game, wasn't it?
Critical thinking isn't their strong suit, and sure, people accuse him of using AI. But you gotta cut him some slack.
Have we seen the art he's been using through all his episodes lately?
They can't even spell AI. Anymore, the lower the score, the
Is that true?
better the game. And before people say it, I don't want Mixtape to fail. I hope they win every trophy at the Game Awards. That way they can melt them down and recoup their dev costs. Fortunately, these awards are only metaphorically worthless. Especially when you see how Expedition 33 stole every indie game award despite having a shoestring $10 million budget, large experienced team of developers, and complete support of every gaming journo in the industry, with an ivory tower like—
Wait, I thought Expedition 33 had like a smaller group. I mean, I know that the music side was definitely huge, but I could have sworn that there was like some sort of development case that made it considered indie. Although, for life of me, it's not exactly coming by. I think maybe it was because maybe it was because of their debut title or something like that, and everyone thought it was indie. I don't know.
that.
It was a good game, so maybe that's why everyone forgave it. Oh, Pizza Tower.
Poor Pizza Tower never stood a chance. What it also had going against it is
Give Pizza a chance.
that it didn't even come out in the same year as this. Who wrote this script? Damn, I did. What even is an indie game anymore? When I think of an indie game budget, I think of $100 to a failed Kickstarter. Not unlimited money from your billion-dollar daddy. Seriously. Mixtape is the billionaire's equivalent of giving an iPad to your daughter so she'll leave you the hell alone. All these companies heard we love—
Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think really qualifies for an indie game, because I keep hearing a whole bunch of different kind of definitions for it, and it kind of changes with the times a little bit. So let me know what you think makes it an indie game.
like indie games and are trying to dress up like scrappy upstarts. Can't wait to play 2026's Indie Game of the Year, Call of Duty 27. And I know I gave Mixtape the business.
I mean, if Activision loses enough money, maybe they may start counting it as indie at some point.
But I really love this game and can't wait to play it over and over again for the rest of my life. In fact, I rented out a whole theater so I could enjoy it.
I guess the check finally cleared from them already.
Fully myself. This fucking game. Who the f greenlit this? And I told you not to use that picture. I got a double check. Fuck. Oh shit, we're still rolling? Thanks to the flock of pimps, the pimps have spoken. You're about to witness the biggest budgets that have ever graced the front of—
I never played the DOA beach volleyball games. Are those good?
a shaker cup. Dropping May 28th, so the countdown starts today. Go bookmark it and mark your calendars for some great big jugs.
Well, alright, that was Fleekazoid on Mixtape. Oh, dear lord, what can we say about Mixtape that hasn't been said already? Oh, good lord. It's everything but indie. And good. Everything but indie and good. Well, I thank you very much for watching this with me here. Tell me in the comments what you think about Mixtape, because honestly, I think it's fun to clown on this thing. But thank you very much again for watching with me here. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Leave any comments or anything else you want me to react towards. That would really be appreciative. And please do subscribe. It'll help build up my community and help you to follow any of my reactions and Let's Plays. So thank you very much again for watching. And please be sure to live life to the max. I'm out. Bye.